Good evening and welcome in to the Mystic Lotus and Dragonflies Global Awesome Healers Training Summit Season 7. This is call 2 on Neurochakra Quantum Healing, or NQH. We learned a lot about NQH, and you have to watch the first call to listen to it as explained by the co-founders themselves. Some of the understandings included that NQH, as a bridge between neuroscience, energy healing, and emotional mastery, is an amalgamation of the best from many techniques. Knowledge of those techniques is not a prerequisite or a requirement in order to learn NQH, as it can be learned by everyone, including newcomers to the field as well. Very importantly, for those who have learned very many techniques, it was also very importantly mentioned that there is no replacement of techniques happening here, but a support and amplification of it that is happening. Understanding thoughts, beliefs, subconscious patterns, and trauma loop, flow of life, quantum healing, and role of observer also give us a broad overview of NQH. This was but the tip of the iceberg. There is more to understand and experience, which is what we will head into right away. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for and join me in giving a warm Mystic Lotus welcome to the co-founders of Neurochakra Quantum Healing, Dr. Amaey A. Parekh and Pankaj S. Nikam. Hi, Dr. Amaey. Hi, Pankaj. Welcome back.
Good evening. Good evening. Hello to everybody who's joined in. And thank you once again for being here on the call. Thank you to Mystic Lotus for having us. And it's been such a wonderful call, one. And I'm sure everybody's got a little insight on the power of bringing things together, the power of actually combining your mind, emotion, energy system at one go. And today is going to be equally powerful. We are really going to peel deep into their stuck emotions and start working and seeing that instant shift today. So if you're here again, it's going to be the experience is going to be much quicker today. We're going to do at a much earlier stage because you've spoken a little theory, but today we want to make everyone feel the amazing experience. So once again, thank you. We'll quickly recap call once in just a little while. Awesome. So those who are joining us for the first time, I'm Dr. Amaey Parekh, and with me is
I'm Pankaj.
And in case you haven't watched the call one recording, please do, because we have covered a lot of understanding of why integration will give you the fastest results. Whatever you're already practicing, it is only going to quantum accelerate that. That's what we call it. You're just going to quantum accelerate that. And it does not mean that if you're already working with some energy modality, some form of therapy, that you need to unlearn it in any form, because this is only going to supplement it and help it grow. So what we are looking at is working on the conscious and the subconscious mind together. We are looking at working on the energy systems, the emotions, and bringing about changes even at the neuro or the mind brain level. And when we bring these changes, we see much quicker results. So we'll be sharing. We on day call one also, if you have seen, we had somebody who had come and shared her experience when she said, she had multiple issues, from relationship issues to stress. All of them completely changed. In fact, she's already healing a lot of people nowadays. Her migraines completely stopped. And there's so much more. We'll keep sharing as we move forward. There's somebody who will come in today as well. And today we are going to work primarily on the stuck emotions and why emotional freedom is key to having an integrated healing approach. So with that, I think we are good to begin with call two. Pankaj, you should just maybe recap a few things. So call one.
So on call one, we discussed about how emotions, mind, and energy plays an important role in one's healing journey. And how in NQH we have incorporated these three segments: energy, emotion, and mind. So how these three relate to each other. And last call we discussed about how stuck emotions, how rewiring your subconscious mind is essential, and how these beliefs that we have been carrying with us since childhood or the past patterns or the conditioning that we have been carrying forward, it reflects in our subconscious and it always likes familiarity. So whichever situation we face in the present moment, we always go back to that situation because your brain reminds that, oh, this has happened in the past, so it is happening again. So it's like the brain likes that familiarity and it always protects you. So we discussed about trauma loops, how trauma goes back and plays, and it always comes to haunt you. So how in NQH we remove this trauma, how we shift the identity of that person by rewiring the brain, and how that trauma or how that affects our energy system, how it is like stored in our aura. And today we are going to discuss more on that thing where where that emotion is stored, and we are going to release that. And that release is going to happen in the quantum field. We also discuss about how quantum physics and neuroscience and spirituality has come together, and how we are here to make you a scientific healer.
Awesome. I think Pankaj has recapped it quite well. And a little bit about NQH, how it came into place was we literally look at neuro, chakra, and quantum coming together to bring about that holistic healing. We have the 4 basic pillars that we work with in NQH, and there are 16 techniques which are 4 in each of the pillars, right from working on the brain and the mind. Okay, that's the brain mind synergy, to working on the energetic pillar, that's the life force, your chakra system, activating, balancing all of it, establishing the energy connection between people, and of course the emotional pillar. That's what we're primarily going to be working on today, the emotional pillar, and all the stuck emotions, how they work on your life, on your health, on your relationships. And finally, when you clean off everything, you shift to the quantum blueprint, you start creating the world through the manifestation that we are actually bringing about. So every session, it can be mix and match of all these techniques, because we look at bringing these 4 pillars in any session. That's how we look at it. At any time you're handling yourself or you're handling your client, you take at least one of the things from all the 4 pillars, mix and match in the way that makes most sense to you, and we'll talk a little bit about how that works even today as we move forward. So are we all excited and ready to begin? Can you get a little thumbs up? Yes, awesome. I'm seeing Luz already getting up. I'm so glad. Okay. So what we're going to do before we start also, I think it's good if we connect to the quantum energy and we continue with that. Don't worry, we're not going to make you experience the energy ball. We just connect to the quantum energy so that the flow remains throughout the session. Is that okay?
And we set an intention today to release that emotion that is stuck in our energy field.
All right. So everybody gently just close your eyes, center yourselves, take a deep breath in. You can keep your hands on your lap. You can just slightly close your eyes and look a little bit upwards. So we are looking at the quantum energy. We just slightly shift our eye gaze upwards while eyes are closed. Now you imagine a golden white energy above. You can call it whatever you want. There is right now no restriction from our side. We are calling it the quantum consciousness or the quantum field. Now we set that intention that we want this energy to flow through us as we're experiencing this entire session, so that we get more information, we learn more, and we are constantly downloading more and more. And we are able to release all the stuck emotions. So imagine that you're connecting to this. See a beautiful golden white light. It is coming down from the universe, the quantum field, wherever you want to call it, descending, entering into the top of your head, going into your forehead, into your eyes, into your throat, chest, into your back, into your stomach, into your hips, knees, legs, feet, and is connecting directly to the Mother Earth, so that you're grounded and you're allowing the beam of energy to continuously flow through you. And we'll remain in this energy. Remember, we do an energy break towards the end of the session, so please just be here. And now we set this intention with this golden white light. Let us be able to release all these emotions today and truly experience the power of neurochakra quantum healing. With an open mind and with open receptivity to this energy, take a deep breath in and gently bring yourself back to this moment. and open your eyes. Wonderful. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. So this helps us to, you'll see the difference today. The imbibition of knowledge, information becomes much more easier to do since you've already had some experience. I think BPN Synergies joined us today. Raki? Not a problem. So today we are going to help you. Okay, we are going to work primarily first to understand this emotional pillar and why it's so necessary to work on the healing when we're doing that. So all the past wounds, the pain, the hurt that we been carrying on, the emotional patterns, and how to get to that emotional freedom through the power of NQH is what we are going to primarily look at today. Okay. If there are any questions, please put them on the Telegram group. If there's any sharings, please put them on the Telegram group so that we are also able to interact much more and actually help you understand the power of NQH. The first call one, we were strangers, but today we hope that we are a little more familiar and that you are also willing to experience that a little bit more. Yes, awesome.
So we all know what is emotional freedom, right? Emotional freedom technique. It's we have just made a little tweak here by calling it emotional reset technique. We all know we give credit to emotional freedom because it has evolved from there, and how things we have incorporated an emotional freedom technique, the EFT that we call. So we call it ERT, where we are going to reset by incorporating NLP and also some somatic practices, that is like tapping and EFT in that. So where in ERT, what we do is we also work with our shadow triggers. Now, Amaey will explain you what exactly shadow triggers are and how we going to incorporate ERT with shadow triggers.
Awesome. So call one, we basically were explaining how healing the mind, healing the emotions, and healing the energy, when they all come together, it gets very powerful. Now, with the emotional freedom technique, if somebody's heard of tapping, okay, tapping is one of the most easiest and I would say the most fastest techniques that exist in the world. It was discovered and it has been modified, created, improved since years together, and it is a philosophy that is available to all. Now, what we did is in NQH, as we described on call one, we have integrated other things to accelerate the momentum in a lot of ways. So while in EFT, we were working primarily on the energy meridians through certain tapping. Okay, there was you used to take two fingers, we would tap like this. We've used those energy points, but additionally, we are bringing about a shift by incorporating the energy elements. Okay, so we do the flow frequency tuning, which we had, the breathing exercise. We connect to the quantum consciousness, we let the energy flow through us. Additionally, we do somatic practices also, including some tapping on the heart and through the breath work. And we see that the result is much faster in certain ways. Okay. And that's what we hope to have everyone experience. So we call it the emotional reset technique because we are resetting how we are feeling. Additionally, as Pankaj described, when you start working further with NQH, we moved the ERT to something called as ERT 2.0. Now, what is this 2.0 and why does that come in? Most of us, okay, have something known as a shadow. Now, what is a shadow? It is the suppressed or the repressed part of ourselves that we may be in denial. And that is something that is also driving our behavior, our choices, our worth, and we'll explore how that feels as we move forward. Now, we call these shadow triggers. For example, I'm just giving you an example. Say you look at somebody who is really close to you, and suddenly you have that little ounce of jealousy come in, even though you don't actually want to feel that. But that little ounce of jealousy comes in, and then you tell yourself, no, I know I'm happy for them. But that little ounce has come in. Right? The same way, you have to do some work, but that little bit of voice inside you is telling you, no, you won't be able to do this because you've had failed earlier. Right? Now, when you're doing all this healing work, okay, if you're doing the energetic component and not handling these thoughts and these emotions which are still existing in a part of you, or you're suppressing them, okay, then the healing becomes a little bit what we call a little incomplete. Okay. And this is where we want to extend it forward. Am I making a little sense? I know this is a little complicated, but I want you to just open your mind because when you have the experience, you are going to feel it much better. So we allow the energy to flow. We tap into that deeper emotion which has been, hidden somewhere. Okay. I'm sure everybody in this entire 1 week that has passed, okay, let's consider in the last 7 days, we had at least one or two incidences where we did not feel good. Maybe we felt angry, we felt sad, we felt, frustrated, we felt some emotion that challenged us. Is everybody agreeable to that? Yes. Now we are going to look at that emotion in this today's exercise, and we're going to see how it is coming from our shadow and how we can release it. Okay. Of course, it's going to be a mini version, but we want you to experience that when we do this. Additionally, we do it in the quantum field, because in the quantum field, which we explained, whenever you're witnessing the healing is happening much faster, in a much more focused manner, and you're experiencing the results more instantaneously. So this is the integration that we are kind of going to bring in today. And then we'll discuss the science behind it. Okay. We want you to first today actually experience it. And then we'll discuss a little bit more. Because today, when you experience it, your shift, the perception that will happen will be in a very, in an instantaneous manner by itself. Remember, we are supporting all modalities. So in case you're already practicing some energy work and you want to incorporate it while you're doing the work, give it a shot. I'm not saying no to it. Of course, you're not trained you in the NQH, but I want you to understand how your modality will also be supported through NQH. And when we're doing the energy work, for example, when we're calling the quantum energy through us, say somebody is a Reiki practitioner, they can definitely use the symbols, of Reiki on, or we're already doing level 2 Reiki, and allow the channeling to happen completely okay. That's what we want to try and tell you. We don't want you to feel that, okay, because we are saying this is the only way to do it. But I want you to notice the difference in the energy. That is something I want you to notice. Like we said, people have said some pulsating sensations. So I want you to notice that. Okay. Pankaj is going to guide you. I know I'm talking right now a lot because Pankaj is going to take you all through the entire experience. So we just said, okay, let me finish the theory and then he will take over. Right?
So what we're
Very quickly, Pankaj, sorry, before you take us into this, I was listening to what you were saying, and you mentioned ERT, and then you mentioned ERT 2.0. And if I've understood this correctly, there is the emotional release technique which we're going to experience, but then ERT 2.0 is the second level, and that second level is where you work with the shadow triggers.
Perfect.
So in the
Absolutely.
first, is what, like you're dusting off the cobwebs, and then in the second level you're finding the source of it. Is that it?
You'd say let's say that's kind of the way you can look at, because ERT can be used at any stage for any emotion that you're even currently feeling. But when we're using the shadow triggers, we are actually exploring the root from where that emotion has surfaced.
So it's basically when you're taking a session and the client has experienced certain things in her first 1 or 2 session, and the client is still feeling something that is stuck in her subconscious, and it is not. So we go more deeper by digging the beliefs. And when we dig more, then that time the 2.0 triggers, shadow triggers come, because then that shadow will appear, because shadow is something which is hidden. ERT can be used to release any kind of emotions, like the superficial emotions that anything like rejection, betrayal, or anything. But shadow is something that is very hidden deeply inside. And that only comes when you start digging the client more, asking her the questions, and then that just suddenly pops out. And during that time, when the client is doing 2-3 sessions with you and you understand there's a rapport with the client more, the trust is built, then you introduce this to the client 2.0 with the shadow, because shadow is something more deeper and it can get intense. The session can get very intense during the
Actually, yes.
healing.
But today we are going to do ERT 2.0. Of course, a little simpler version of it so that people can experience how, when we go into that emotion, how we can see something that's underlying the surface. That deeper seated emotion, which is actually driving your, your experiences, your behavior, all of that.
So the affirmations that we use are basically going to reset it, not release it. It is going to reset it. In NQH, we believe that we are not just like forgetting the pain, we are empowering it by replacing it with powerful affirmations.
So the quantum rewiring, that's what we call it, the quantum blueprint, the quantum acceleration. Why do we use the word quantum? Because in all the techniques that we are using, we are going to follow the principles of quantum mechanics, that when you witness it, it happens, that there is constantly connection that, you will be experiencing. Okay. So
Just
is
in
everybody
case-
there?
Yes, absolutely. Just in case anybody is joining us today for the first time and has not yet seen the replay, make sure to go back and see it, because this entire principle of quantum, of the quantum field, of quantum science has been very in-depth, in a very simple manner, being explained there. And in fact, just very quickly, Dr. Amaey and Pankaj, because I can see a whole bunch of names today that were not there on the first call. So the role of the observer, if you could just very quickly mention that again, so that they know what they're also getting into.
Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll play the video once and I'll just explain that if it's okay with you.
Yes,
That would
absolutely.
make
Let's
more
do
sense
this.
to everybody.
Fantastic. Yes.
Okay, just give me a minute, everybody. I will just share a presentation because that will help you to understand what we're all talking about right now. In case you missed it also, it's not a problem.
Right. And there are thanks coming in from the group, because, like I said, I can see a lot of names that were not there in call one. So,
Alright, so I'm just going to explain this. It will take 5 minutes, but trust me, it will help you understand exactly what we're talking about. Yes. So for those who attended day one, I know I'm going to repeat this. So I'm, just keep your ears open. That's all I can say. Right? Awesome. So now when we talk about neuro chakra quantum healing, one of the first things that we talk about is the quantum energy. Okay, we are talking about the quantum field. Now, this is basically the smallest form of energy, the smallest unit of energy that we are referring to. And when there were studies done, okay, let me just show you this. Can everybody see this? Okay, can you all see this? Now, why we are going to talk about this is because this experiment proved a lot of things. Everybody's seen a laser in their life, a laser pointer, a red laser pointer. Now, when you play that, you switch on the laser pointer, it will throw a red colored beam at a singular point at a distance. Okay, that's because that light is traveling in that direction. Now, supposing you imagine that it is passing through two slots, okay, and there is a screen behind it. So everybody can see this. There are two slots here, okay. So it is called the double slit experiment. You can Google about it. You will find all the information because this is an actual proven science experiment. And there is a screen behind it where we would assume that this laser light would form. How many lines does everybody think? Does everybody agree that there should be ideally two lines? Okay, I'm going to skip it. I'm not going to bring the drama today, so everybody gets it. But unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know what you call it, coincidentally, something unique happened. Instead of two pillars happening, scientists found that there were multiple lines that were forming. Now, why we are saying this? Because light is the easiest form of energy to study. You can actually study what is happening. There's a lot of instruments available to study light. Now, they were wondering, if a laser is shot, how come there are multiple pillars that are forming? It is not theoretically possible. It should be only two pillars. But when they studied more, they realized that the light or the energy was behaving in the form of waves. Like the waves of water, there was a rippling action that was happening. That means energy was getting diffuse. Instead of being focused, the energy had become diffuse. Now, this was very surprising for them to understand. This was basically also not expected. Now they thought that there's something wrong with the experiment. Let's restudy the experiment. They did the same experiment again with everything kept the same. They just brought in one little change. Can you all see? Everybody's using this machine. This machine with this red light. This is able to actually study one particle of light. And what they found is that when this machine was introduced, keeping everything same, they got only two pillars. Now, this they found was very unique because it basically means that just the act of observing changed the behavior of energy. Just the act of observing changed the form of energy from dispersed to something which was very precise. And this is exactly applicable in the world of healing also. When we are doing quantum healing, we are using this very principle. Supposing we are sending a lot of energy, but we don't realize that the energy may be getting dispersed. But the moment you operate from the quantum field and you witness that healing, okay, that's what we do in NQH, you are getting very precise results. And the quantum field talks about a few things. The few things include that there is no concept of time, space, and distance. All the timelines integrate at one, and everything that happens is through the quantum entanglement, which means that if I am doing healing work for you, you will instantly experience the healing. or if you're sensing the energy, instant connection is established. So when we do this work, we are able to bring a version of ourselves which is already existing in one of the realities into the current reality and merge through it. So this is what quantum healing is all about. We work on the lowest form of energy through a very scientific approach, through a supported experiment, and we use those principles in our healing. So there is emotion work, there is energy work, but it is happening through the quantum field. I hope that explains in short. If anybody has a question, don't worry, it will went a little above the head. I'm not asking you to learn physics. Okay, but it is just to show you that whatever healing is happening right now can be scientifically supported, and that's what we are looking at. We are looking at scientific healing. It is the next level that we want to reach to. Okay,
Because when you are doing a healing session with a client, you are the observer. And when you are observing that this is happening, then the healing starts and then the manifestation happens then. So when you're observing, that is why the role of observer is so essential in NQH or in any healing modality.
wonderful. I think that opened everybody's eyes and mind a little bit. Because now I want everybody to experience the power of the emotional reset technique 2.0. So I hope everybody's ready. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Awesome.
Any questions or anything, Neelu, before should we, or can we go ahead?
All good. Questions are no questions as of right now. I think everyone's now looking forward to finding out exactly what ERT 2.0 is all about.
Wonderful, wonderful. Awesome. So I'll hand it over to Pankaj now. He's going to guide you all through the entire experience. Again, remember to keep your mind open, stay connected to the quantum field, to the quantum consciousness, and you'll see amazing results happen.
Awesome.
Before we start, everybody just think of an emotion.
Yeah, I just want you to think of one emotion,
One episode.
one episode or one emotion that you have experienced, maybe in a week's time or maybe something which is in the past. Just that emotion today, we will release that through emotional reset technique. That makes sense?
Yes.
Awesome. So we'll start with the grounding. Close your eyes. Be in a relaxed, comfortable position. If you're sitting on a chair, make sure your feet is touching the ground and supported by the chair, spine erect. And if you're sitting on the ground, just make sure that your legs are crossed. And your palms facing upwards in your lap. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Inhale. Hold for 4 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale slowly through your mouth. Let's repeat this 2 more times. Inhale. Hold. 1, 2, 3, 4. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale one more time. Hold. And gently exhale through your mouth. Now imagine yourself walking down a spiral staircase. And with each step, feel your body becoming lighter, your mind clearer, and your heart is opening for transformation. I will count down 10 to 1, and with each number, allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into relaxation. 10. Feel your shoulders getting relaxed. 9. Your face is relaxed. 8. Your breathing is normal. 7. Your chest feels lighter. 6. Your mind is clearer. 5. Your body is calm. 4. You feel deeply safe. 3, you're going deeper and deeper into relaxation. 2, you're open to healing. And 1, you're fully present in this relaxed alpha state. Now, I invite you to gently bring into your awareness a recent moment where you felt emotionally triggered. Maybe you felt rejected. Maybe you felt unappreciated. You may felt unseen, or you felt afraid to speak your truth. It doesn't have to be a big trauma. Just whatever comes in your mind comes to you naturally. As you feel this emotion rising up, I want you to also notice what emotion is arising with that incident. Sadness, guilt, fear, or maybe anger. Now ask yourself gently, where do I feel this in my body? Maybe a little tightness in the chest, maybe a lump in the throat, a knot in the stomach. Just notice it without judgment. Now, silently rate the intensity of that emotion on a scale of 1 to 10. 10 being very strong, 1 being very light. Remember, you don't need to fix anything right now. Just become aware of it. Now, with that emotion in mind, we are going to start tapping on the side of a hand like a karate chop. Repeat after me silently in your mind. Even though I feel this emotion in my body, I honor it, I acknowledge it, and I'm open to letting it move now. Even though this feeling has been with me for a longest time, I am ready to release it gently, safely, completely. Now, with your 2 fingers, start tapping on your eyebrow point, the temple. This feeling has protected me, but it's time to let it go. This feeling has protected me, but it's time to let it go. Side of the eyebrows. This emotion taught me lessons, but I don't have to carry it anymore. This emotion has taught me lessons, but I don't have to carry it anymore. Under the eye, I honor my past and I allow healing now. I honor my past and I allow healing now. Under your nose, I forgive myself for believing I needed this pain to survive. I forgive myself for believing I needed this pain to survive. Now tap on your chin. I choose a new truth now. I choose a new truth now. Collarbone, I'm ready to feel light. I'm ready to feel light. I'm ready to feel free. I'm ready to feel free. Top of your head, it is safe to let this emotion dissolve now. It is safe to let this emotion dissolve now. Now breathe deeply again. And as you breathe out, imagine this cold energy leaving your body gently. Now, imagine this beautiful golden light, the quantum consciousness light, entering from the sky, falling upon you like a waterfall, entering your head, your face, your shoulders, your body, completely releasing the emotion from your crown, going every way to each part of your body, completely down your stomach, your thighs, your knees, your calves, your feet, and pushing it downwards, releasing it into the Mother Earth. Now, ask yourself, ask your inner self, what belief was hidden beneath this emotion? Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I'm always abandoned. I'm invisible, or I'm unsafe to succeed. Whatever comes, trust it. Just notice. Now silently repeat this in your mind. That was the old story. Today, I choose a new one. Visualize that old emotional imprint completely leaving your system like a black gas that is coming out from that part of a body where this emotion was stuck. Visualize it coming out in the form of a black gas. And see this golden light taking that space now, replacing it with warmth, safety, and support. Place your hands over your heart now. Feel your own touch, your own safety, and gently repeat, I release the past, I receive my freedom. Breathe into this new space. Let your heart soften. Let your mind relax. And let this golden light completely be with you, making you feel safe and supported. And when you're ready, with the count of 3, 2, 1, roll your shoulders back, wiggle your fingers and toes, rub your palms, and gently place it on your eyes. And when you're ready, come back to the present moment.
Everybody, please drink some water. Very important to hydrate yourself after this. And then we do an energy break. If you all felt yawning, you all felt suddenly a stiffness, then suddenly release. All of these are good signs to show that the emotion had been released. You may have started feeling heaviness in one of the legs. All of these are common signs to notice that the energy has started pooling, the emotion started pooling, and then you're allowing it to release. Okay, so stretch yourself in case you need to. It's very important. Okay, all the activities we do, we always ask you to stretch because it is stored in your body. It is stored somewhere in your body. And finally, we do an energy break. How do we do an energy break? We just shake ourselves 3 times.
Taking your name.
And we say our name, Amaey, Amaey, Amaey. And then the last time we just bring it to Mother Earth.
Any heavy energy, just pull that downwards and let it go to the Mother Earth.
Wonderful. Okay. That may have been intense for someone. I'm sorry for that, but I hope you did feel the release and you did experience some change. If anybody, can take a minute, share on the Telegram group in case you felt something. We, of course, did a very short version of this, but I want to explain to you how we got 3 or 4 things together. Like the first thing when we did the breathing, we do the 4-4-8 breathing and followed by the 10 to 1 counting. This is a specific technique called the flow frequency tuning, which we teach you, and that allows your brain to enter into the right healing state. We did the shadow trigger discovery as a very mild version of it, but when we do actual sessions, we do a mind mapping. We actually create a mind map to understand where the triggers are coming from and then work on those. Then we started doing the connection to the quantum consciousness, which is one of the most basic things that we will always be doing. And then we did the light flow activation as well. So if you all saw the energy flowing through you in some parts of the body, this is a specific technique where we tap into the quantum energy. And at the end of it, finally, we allow our mind and body to relax into a version of us that was feeling calm. So we brought a little bit of that quantum visioning also inside to shift your blueprint. We always say whenever we're working, at every session, we are shifting or moving towards your quantum blueprint. Yes?
In fact, Rupali has put in something which I'll just bring up. But before that, as you were saying, I'm sorry, you were still explaining this.
No, that's fine.
Done. Okay. People, if you want to come on and share also, you can please raise your hand on Zoom. We'll bring you on with video and listen to your experience as well. I, for one, just wanted to, first of all, EFT is an all-time favorite of mine. I was mentioning it to you also the other day. It is such a beautiful go-to. But this where you've taken that and you've added going into the the certain alpha state and then the golden white light. So I see, I see the things that have been taken in. And still, how long did you take for the entire process? What, 5 minutes?
Not more than 7 or 8 minutes at the most.
Okay, so I'm thinking 5, which was okay, maybe 7, 8. I was thinking even lesser. But it was a really, really beautiful experience. I want to share this with you because just like the first day, there was a lot of warmth and a lot of heat. And I was at pretty much every step of the way, I was yawning. So I'm glad I kind of put my video off because whoever was not doing it would have only seen me yawn, 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 and cover my face. But lots of yawning, a lot of heat, a lot of warmth and heat dissipating. And very funnily, I actually had 2 things that came to mind. Like you said, not think of anything in the last, let's say, 1 week. 2 things came up, and for a little bit, I was like, which one should I pay attention to? And then I said, you know what, whichever comes up faster. So that happened, and then in seeing, like you said, think about the 2.0, the shadow trigger. So what I first saw it is I saw it as the other person's trigger, that this is the reason they do it. But then the reason that they do it has become my trigger.
Yeah.
So that sudden, and it's not like I did not know this, but I had forgotten it. So you reminded this with this process, you reminded me of it. So thank you so much. It was a good experience. Thank you. And anybody else wants to share, please do. Okay. So Rupali has asked, she's written actually that this was EFT. I have done this before. Yes, Rupali, it was EFT, but the experts will answer it.
So I think before we started also we explained that this is originated from EFT. We are not even 1% taking that away. We give it full credits to EFT. What we have done is in NQH, we have integrated healing modalities. If you've seen the call one also, you will understand how every modality has its own beautiful things. And when you bring all those beautiful things together, you are able to create something more powerful. So in the traditional emotional field technique, we do the tapping. Okay, we may say certain statements, but in the emotional reset technique, and especially in 2.0, we are going a step further by bringing the energy component also through the quantum consciousness. We are also working on the shadow triggers. So the belief systems and the patterns which we had not discovered are also brought into place. Secondly, when we do, of course, a detailed ERT, at every tapping also breath work is incorporated while we are doing the tapping along with the quantum energy flowing. So we actually bring up every tap. So it's not just multiple rounds of tapping. With every tap, you go back to the scene, you go back to the trigger, you allow the quantum light to cleanse it, release it, do the breath work, do the rewiring, and then you continue.
This is where the role of observer comes. Like when you're tapping, you're saying those affirmation and also visualizing the golden light which has entered is dissolving and clearing those emotion at the same time. So three things at the same time is happening. So you repeat that, the more intensity you feel, you keep repeating it. As you keep repeating it, the intensity gets lesser and lesser. So we are doing three things at the same time. In EFT, we were tapping, but we are working here since NQH is all about emotion, energy, and mind. We are incorporating that.
Absolutely. And it did, in fact, with whatever I experienced, I could see that. And also, even just because, as I said, EFT is like an all-time favorite. And in EFT, you never say it silently, you always say it out loud. I'm just giving one change that one instance that it is immediately visible is that here you said no, say it in your mind. And of course, just very quick question because Rupali has brought this up. And Lourdes also wants to share. Of course, we're going to bring you on, Lourdes. As you just explained, we've just done a single one round thing. This is not the end of it. When you do your training and understanding, you're going into as many as required, correct? As many as rounds as required, right? Okay.
And we've not even gone to the exploration of the shadow triggers. That's
Right.
one of the key components that we bring into emotion release technique. That it's not just doing the tapping; it's finding out the root cause, going to that, and then releasing. The result is much faster because we've been doing tapping for a very long time, and it's still one of my favorite techniques. Even
Yeah.
when I don't even realize sometimes, it just kind of
Start tapping.
it's so reflective. But when you incorporate these changes, the results are very permanent, and that's the difference that we have personally been observing as well. Yes.
And
Just
this
wants to
is
say something. I think
yes.
she's
Sorry, who wants to say?
Lourdes.
Lourdes? Yeah.
Yes.
I've already sent her a request to.
Yeah, I did.
Yes.
Can you hear
Go
me?
ahead. Yep.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Actually, the first call I received, it's something I've been trying to manifest for a long time. And that morning, I actually received the opposite news, which I was so upset. And that's why even when I joined you, I wasn't really, I was so sad. And I thought I better not speak. But so what I got from that was, when I received those news, was the message in my head or the voice in my head saying, I didn't get it again, which I really been believing and trusting. I got it. I got it. But every time, you didn't get it again. So the disappointment on myself. And then, of course, other feelings start coming, the fear, oh, I'm never going to get it because, I've been trying for so long. I'm never going to get it. No, can't be. What's wrong with me? It's not normal. So with your beautiful meditation, whatever you call it, I agree with you. It's not just the tapping because, you then with the golden energy. First, we got in the golden energy. So when you were doing it, first I felt a lump actually on the side of my stomach, solar plexus, and then I felt a lump in my throat. And you said, "Don't touch." And now, anyway, so actually, as you did, you were talking. I felt, you probably saw me. So apologies. I was start yawning a lot, and burping, and I actually felt like the lump disappeared. But I felt it came to me like years ago when I was, still little. Someone told me, I'm never going to be good enough, something like that. And I think that is what is this little voice keep telling me, you're not going to get it. You're not good enough. You're not going to get it. Even I don't believe in that. So then I felt released, like the voice telling me, releasing, like, say, you will get it. You will get it. Forgive me. I release you. And you release me. So I hope, I trust. I know, I guess I need more work, but it was a nice experience. But it's, really hard feeling when you get this disappointment over and over and over. It doesn't matter what you do. So thank you so much. It's really nice to try to get the cause why you can't manifest what you really believe you can have and not happening for so long. Thank you.
Because we have certain desires, and the fears are always there in our subconscious. When we start releasing those, you get a roadmap to the manifestation. So the manifestation becomes much easier.
So the thing that you just explained, this is something we hear very commonly, that people remember incidences that they may have long forgotten, things that they've been holding on to that they don't even remember. It suddenly just comes up, and then once you start clearing at those levels, the healing is much more permanent. That's what we've been talking about since the call one. That when we're doing just the surface work, okay, I'm feeling disappointed. I understand you're feeling disappointed, that's coming in from the now. But that feeling of disappointment originated at a much earlier source. So when we are working through the shadow triggers, we are bringing that early source and we're clearing it from the origin. And that's when we see the results happening instantly. So we don't wait for one layer to peel, we directly go to the root. That's the whole idea here. Then we're directly jumping to the root, and then we do the healing work, we do the cleaning work, and you see the results happening fast. Thank you for sharing your experience.
Thank you so much for sharing. That was
Thank you.
Thanks, Lourdes. And anybody else, just let us know. You're always welcome to share. And Dr. Amaey, Pankaj, you earlier on, even after the whole demonstration was done, you were also explaining the how it works, and I came in very happily to say something that I wanted to say. So I hope I had not I had not come in the way of that getting totally completed. Okay.
No.
All right. All right. So
we just wanted to tell you how NQH has these multiple techniques, and when you're going through them, it's basically you start developing your own roadmap in a lot of ways. You don't necessarily speak to, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't work that way. It comes to your own practice, that this is what feels right to me. This is how I feel best would be suitable to the healing that I'm doing, maybe for myself, for my client. And NQH gives you that flexibility. That's the kind of approach that we've kept it. You've got the logical structure to it. You know how to use the techniques. You know where to use the techniques, but you allow your own energy sense, your own intuition to come in, and it empowers you much faster.
Right. And it is so funny that you just said, as in funny, as in coincidental, that you just said that, because Belle has asked where the inner voice is concerned of self-doubt, etc. How do you identify it to jump in and clear it from the root?
So I think this is where we were talking about a lot of digging work is done. When we do sessions, we do a lot of digging work. We do a lot of exploration through certain techniques. So, it is since I'm just sharing it, since I'm a psychotherapist, as a counselor, we do a lot of questioning. So in NQH, we have incorporated counseling, we have incorporated science, we have incorporated healing, we've incorporated energy work in a very holistic way. So that even if you've never experienced healing in your life or have zero knowledge about it, you work on a very holistic manner. That's the whole approach we're looking at, that you learn how to look at the client as a whole, approach the situation as a whole, not just the symptoms, and you treat as a whole. That's the approach. So the word holistic, this is literally, we want to look at it as holistic healing.
Right. Let me turn that question around a little bit. The same question that Bells asked: how do we know, and how do we, as you mentioned that, when you're a client, there's a lot of question work that happens in order for you to understand. That's when you're doing it for yourself. When you do it for yourself, okay, because a lot of people do learn a lot of things just to start with for themselves and maybe their family members before heading out there to do it professionally, right? So when you do it for yourself, honestly, I don't know if I'm like willing to ask myself 30 questions at one shot. So are there under the 4 pillars and the 16 techniques, are there other options where there's an awareness that happens, but I can switch to something else also, that I don't have to keep asking myself, but I will still get an awareness? Does that happen?
Absolutely. So there's a specific technique for this called the inner vision technique, where
Okay.
you meet your intuitive abilities, your higher self, or whatever has been happening. Secondly, in the inner light experience that we do, we work on the inner child and the shadow. So a lot of these suppressed thoughts and where they've come in, they also surface from that. And thirdly, we also have journaling in between sessions as a part of NQH. It is because there is going to be a lot of things that start surfacing without us realizing it once you start doing all of this healing work. So we ask our clients to keep putting them thing down in a way, because those reflections are also going to start surfacing much faster. So it's a three-prong approach even here. We are doing the inner vision, we are doing the inner light, and we're doing the journal.
So this is for someone who is doing self-healing and wants to heal themselves and want to ask those questions. So inner vision comes into picture when you are directly with the quantum light flow activation. You connect with your higher self. That is your inner vision, the inner critic, whatever you want to call the inner child. You connect with that, and intuitively you get those answers. Maybe during the meditation you'll get it, or maybe sometimes, as Amaey said, we do a lot of journaling after the sessions, or maybe we do journaling every day, right? Some people do it. So during that time, you have to notice what things have come into your mind while doing the meditation or during the whole process throughout the day. So when these things you write down, that is the way you will connect with something has happened in your childhood, maybe something in your adulthood, and that is triggering you right now. So that is how, when you're doing self-healing, you do these 3 techniques where you're connecting with your higher self, and with the flow light, you're getting this messages intuitively.
And people actually, sometimes even after the session, maybe, okay, they're like, okay, right now I'm not getting anything. And suddenly the next day they'll wake up and they'll find something in the newspaper. Oh, you know what? This is what exactly happened. So you call it the law of attraction, you want to call it whatever. But now you actually train the brain. The whole point is your subconscious mind now is looking for the answer, even if it has been repressed or suppressed in some manner. It will search for the answer and that comes to you. And that's what we've seen in our clients as well. Second day, third day, suddenly people just come up, what, this randomly happened. Or they'll just get a call from somebody. These are small incidences, but what has happened in the quantum field, you have brought about a change. So as the frequency has changed, the outcome is bound to change. Yes.
Right. And of course, all this is part of the training that you do.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely.
So you're not just, when attending this training with you, one is not just like taking notes and writing things down. It's a practical experience that is also happening. Correct?
Ours is very practical oriented, because at the end of the day, you are not just here to learn the concepts. You want to apply them at the end of the day. You want to be able to do that. So the entire training that we carry about is very experiential and it's very practical oriented. And we make the participants actually do the healing work
Together
in the sessions
like
itself.
when we are doing a Zoom session, the webinars, we send each other into a breakout room, and then they practice with each other. We give them certain situations to work on, maybe like self-healing themselves, or maybe a certain kind of case study, and then they work on that. So we do a lot of practicals during our advanced courses, because that is how you will understand, and that is how you will learn from different people what triggers them and what is that emotion that is stored.
Right.
I,
Right.
I, I'll tell you of one of our clients actually. Dia, right? Yeah. So now one of our clients, she was carrying a lot of pain after a breakup. Okay, she had an emotional breakup, and that was one of my specialties. So I that relationship, and she was herself a Reiki practitioner. So she was doing a lot of self work. Also, she was analyzing. When we actually started doing the taking work and we started exploring the shadow, because she had been abandoned earlier, okay, she had associated love as pain. She, like, we landed up to find that belief system that love is equal to pain, and until the time we broke that belief, she was holding on to any heartbreak. So the moment I've lost myself, the moment she would say I've lost a relationship, I've lost myself, and she was not even aware she was saying such things. These small things, these randomly come up in our sessions, and this is very, very common. So that's why belief systems, the emotion connected to it, the energy connected to it, that's very, very important when we're doing NQH.
And for some reason, Dr. Amaey, either you are reading Belle's mind or Belle is reading your mind, because the question that she put in after that was actually, as you just mentioned, this client of yours who's also a practitioner. So she's written that I know of a friend who has taken a lot of modalities, but yet not been able to connect on the path of mediumship or Reiki healing. How will this help her connect? However, Belle has not specified whether her friend has learned or she's taken sessions. She's not
Yeah.
specified that, but this is her question.
So, firstly, NQH supports all modalities. If you're already a practitioner of any of the modalities, it is only going to accentuate or accelerate whatever you're doing. Supposing you've not connected with any of the modalities in spite of trying certain things, the whole point with NQH was this. Because, say, for example, if you're a very conscious individual and you're only attempting energy work, it won't make sense. If you're somebody who's highly emotional and you're only trying conscious techniques, it won't work. If your spiritual development is happening and you're trying to do channeling and you're not experiencing the energy flow, you're going to have these challenges come in. But with NQH, whether you're a beginner, you're intermediate, or an expert, all three things are looked at in a very holistic way. And what is suitable for you to grow the maximum in is encouraged. It's something like that. Say you give I'm giving a very stupid, I don't know, stupid example in a way, but say everybody's got a dinner, okay, everybody's sitting on the dinner. Even if with all the dishes, not everybody's going to like everything, right? Something is going to be perfect for you. You don't know what that is. In NQH, we're giving you that option. You see what works for you, you adapt it to your own style. Okay, so you can do the healing for yourself and for others based on that.
As we had already discussed, that if you have learned so many modalities, it is just NQH is just going to amplify it. If you know Reiki, if you know Theta healing, if you know NLP, you're going to use all of those with an upgraded version. And it is going to help you create a roadmap. Like you must have seen in the meditation itself how we have like made that roadmap, like with the frequency tuning, with the flow light, and then how we did inner light connection, all of those. So it is like a flow, it is like a roadmap structured way where it will be easier for you to do that self-healing for yourself plus with the client.
And there's a lot of intuitive power which is developed. We do a lot of intuitive work because what we're doing is we're tapping into the quantum field. Now, we consider quantum field as infinite knowledge. Okay, so even before we started the session, the first thing I said, let the knowledge get imbibed, because we are considering that wisdom is already around us. We already have it within us. It's just that we need to tap into it. That's the core philosophy we are already considering.
And Belle, I hope that answers your question. And she wrote in that her friend has learned. So
Okay.
she put that in after we had put it. And of course, we do want everybody to know what you have as offers for them. Before that, though, because especially with the questions that Belle has also asked, I know that you have students who've been through this and who've learned with you. So which one of them can we bring up or either play right now?
I think Bina is here, Raki. Then we can ask Bina ji to join
I'm
in.
not seeing Bina on the panel.
So I'm just
No,
going to
she
play.
has not yet joined. Yeah.
I'm going to play one of the videos of a dentist who, similarly, she got a calling to just come in, and she actually started doing healing work after experiencing the training. She came in for a session like how everybody is here, and just after learning the NQH modality, she's like, "This is my calling. This is something I need to do." Okay, so I'm going to play that video if that's okay with everybody. Yes? Just give me a sec. Okay. All good? Can we share?
So I'm Dr. Purvi Kapadia, a healthcare professional, a dentist, and I've been into non-clinical branch. But spirituality, as in like coming to this session, was purely a coincidence for me. And maybe it's like in a month of December, I had set in a goal that, I want to do some sort out few areas of my life. So maybe this was one way for me. I think I had just attended the Neuro Chakra, the trial session, and then I came into this session as a healer. But I feel this is more for me like a true calling. Like many years back, one of my cousin who is a sound healer, she had told me many years back that you are ready to be a healer. I had not taken it seriously, but this neurochakra quantum healing gave me that thing that you can be a healer. So that self doubt and all has reduced a lot during the course. I think my intuition was highlighted, and I experienced like मैं जो कुछ सोच रही हूँ वो हुआ है. I actually could see the death of my uncle who stays on second floor. It was not a coincidence that 10 o'clock I felt we should be rushing to him, and 10:15 he passed away. So that intuition, this session helped me identify that my intuition is right. So believing that intuition and dropping the noise around. So this neurochakra quantum healing helped me identify a lot of hidden things in me. And on the physical level, I do have psoriasis. So throughout the two weeks, my psoriasis has reduced a lot. Honestly, I had not set in an intention for it, but my only intent at the start of the course was it brings out the highest and the best good in me. So I have been getting a lot of good job opportunities also. Samne se, I am not doing any active search. People are sending me messages, "Hey, you apply here, you apply there." So I'm getting it actively. So maybe universe is bringing things to me. I just have to act on it. So for me, it is more of alignment into the universe. So, and I'm really glad that I can do it. And I look forward that I be a professional healer. But like everyone is saying that वो थोड़ा डर है कि we need to fine tune ourselves, and before we give something else, it's also a responsibility on our part. But I think nevertheless, we as a community should support each other, and we can have hands on with each other rather than waiting 2-3 months and then going into the market. Yeah, thank you again. Thank you, team, and thank you, Dr. Amaey and Pankaj. Thank you for everything. And thank
So I just want to share that, she came in out of the blue.
She just saw us on Instagram and she just followed us and she joined the session.
And the amount of changes that have happened in her and the results she's got, she literally keeps messaging us. So we know things she had not expected have started happening. All she desired was to be her highest self. That's the intention we start with. To be your highest version, to be the quantum blueprint that you want to be. And things start flowing. Intuition is something I have been stressing on this call, I think, multiple times, is because your inner ability cannot be matched by anything else. Okay? And once you're able to trust it, because that's what we want to. A lot of people fear that whether it's coming out of fear or whether it's actually their intuition. But when we start operating through NQH, you understand the difference. You understand whether it's actually your gut, the real power in you, or it's coming out of a fear that's your inner saboteur that's talking. So these small things make a lot of difference.
And whenever you feel that you're messing up during the session with the client or even with yourself, I always tell one thing, that just believe yourself and surrender. The more you surrender to the creator, to the quantum consciousness, things will start moving for you. The fear will go and you just have to trust that it is happening. That is what I always tell my clients as well, that you just have to surrender it and just trust the process.
Because when you're operating out of that, you're actually changing your frequency. When you're allowing things to happen and you're setting that intention that, I allow the best things to happen to me. You're allowing that actual healing to happen. Most of the times we fear that change as well. So through NQH, through ERT, we break this. So in our training, actually, we do healing as well. We don't just train, we do the healing as well. Because for people who are going to practice the technique, we want to have a very ethical practitioner created. We want that they should be maintaining the highest standards of the modality, get the maximum results, and feel certain that this is the path that they are on. It's only going to grow from there. So we involve all of that in the training as well.
Fantastic. And in fact, one thing that stood out with what
Dr. Purni.
Purvi just said is that Dr. Purvi just said is that she had not even intended for her psoriasis to be looked at. So all this happened while the training was also going on, and your theory and constant practical work was happening. So that has also happened. And for some reasons today, either the answers are being preempted or the questions are coming in after the answers, because you just explained, Pankaj, you also just said that I always tell you have surrender, listen, let that voice be surrendered to it, because Jennifer's asked a question saying, I have a voice in my head too that answers my questions. How do I trust it? Can you help me with that with this technique?
I think you'll have to join the training for that. Because
Yes, you can be helped.
You will experience with us during the sessions.
Because we focus a lot on it. NQH is meant to be a highly intuitive modality, it's an intuitive system that you are able to integrate what you already know, apply it, improve on it, and find your own path.
And this is also with my experience, because when I was doing theta healing level 3, level 4, there was something in that, there was a theory in that, connect with the creator. And till the third level, when I cleared, I always had this doubt whether I am saying this to the client or I am getting this message. So I had this confusion. So when I practiced it so many times with so many people, and then when that fourth level came, that time I realized how surrendering is important, because that inner voice keeps coming. So whether it's your voice or the creator is telling you, we just have to trust it, and things will just fall. If you start, having that little bit of doubt on it, then you will understand this is not something, this is not happening. But if you just like let it go and just believe that it is right, you are on the right path.
Absolutely. Jennifer, I hope that answers your question. And at this moment, especially with everything that has just been said, and there's been a lot of, there's about the training and the practicality of it and what is honed in and what is done. Let's tell everybody about how they can take this forward for themselves also. Is there something you wanted to say, Dr. Amaey?
I think Bina ji has joined in. If we want to hear her out before we start.
If can we ask Bina ji can just hang in there? We'll bring the office in and we'll bring Bina ji after that. All right.
Wonderful.
Okay, just give me a moment. I'm just going to refresh my screen and check this. Okay, is my screen visible?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. And by now, people, you would have received your emotional freedom with NQH, MP3 guided meditation, and the PDF worksheet for you with the first call replay itself. If you've not checked your email, it'll come in again with the second call replay as well. So thank you, Dr. Amaey and Pankaj, for this beautiful gift. People, if you're ready to transform your mind, emotions, and energy with NQH, this is how you do it. Take it away.
Thank you. Thank you. So, like we said, NQH is a very holistic modality, whether it's your health, your relationships, your wealth, whether you want to practice for yourself or for your clients, we have the path for you. So there are two packages that we are offering currently. One is package A, which is the basic level, which is primarily intended for self-healing or healing of loved ones, where out of 16 modalities that we cover, 16 techniques that we have, we cover 5 primary major techniques. And in package B, which is the basic and intermediate level, where you can do healing for yourself, for your loved ones, and of course, even professionally, and all 16 techniques of NQH are covered. We talk a little more as we go forward. So let's begin with package A, which is the basic neurochakra quantum healing package. Now, in NQH, you are bound to see results very, very quickly. As we've explained, we're working on a very integrated mind, energy, emotion aspect. And instantaneous, even in one session, we see amazing results happening. There is no specific area where it doesn't work, because we've designed it to be adaptable at any situation. That's the whole beauty of it. It's an adaptable, intuitive healing modality. Secondly, since the techniques are very easy and flexible, learning becomes extremely easy, and application is always going to be a practical thing. We keep supporting in the approach. So it's easy, it's deep, it's effective, no complicated steps. There's no rigid steps in NQH. It's a lot about learning what is the principle behind it, how you're going to bring all the pillars together and start doing the results. At the basic level itself, you can start working and doing self healing. So if you are experiencing in any area of your life challenges, whether it's your health, your relationship, or finance, or any other thing, or there are certain things that you want to move forward, some people may also have a calling to improve their lives. Well, NQH is definitely going to be a pathway towards that. If you're already practicing any of the energy modalities, any healing modalities of any sort, we cover that a little bit in explanation of how you amplify the results using the power of NQH. Remember, there is no unlearning in NQH. There is no modality which is wrong as per NQH, because we have founded everything on the other modalities and brought them together. Thirdly, you get a professional certification, so you are able to start building your reputation as a healer for yourself. And of course, whatever we are doing is scientifically supported. Our entire healing modality is looked at working from a very scientific aspect, bringing the quantum principles into the healing modality.
And why should you learn with both of us? Because we have created this, we are the founders and practitioners of neurochakra quantum healing, with not just teachers but real life practitioners who have used these tools on ourselves. We have done this on ourselves research for almost a year, did it with the clients, and then we are like, we know the results because we ourselves have learned so many modalities. You will get real results because there are real people who will give their testimonials, who have healed from the emotional traumas, who have also manifested abundance, who had this thing in their mind about manifestation. How does it work? They literally got the answer to their manifestation through NQH. And it is integrated and effective approach with NQH because it blends neuroscience with all the energy healing and emotional mastery.
And all the sessions are going to be very structured sessions. We've already got a outline, but of course there's a lot of intuition, so there's going to be a flow in the sessions. But all demos are planned in a way that it is easy to replicate. Even if you're kind of watching the recording, some people may not be able to attend the trainings live, but even if you're watching the recording, each and every modality is created in a way that it is easy to replicate, adapt, improve. And our support is always available, so you don't need to worry about that. In fact, we also have Q&A planned in such a way that if you're not in the same time zone, we will still be able to support you. Okay, so that we are there. If you're learning the modality, you should get it the maximum out of it. So it's not just theory, you practice every technique and master it.
So learn foundational techniques for self and healing of loved ones. The basic level is a foundational course designed for yourself. And also if you want to heal within your family, it will be your first step towards becoming a professional NQH healer. After completing the course, you can heal yourself and heal your close relations. And you will also get a manual PDF and access to the guided meditations audio file. So you can always go back to it and meditate and help yourself, heal yourself and your family members.
And main thing that we need to understand is that in the NQH package A, which is the basic level, we are going to be giving you a WhatsApp group. There is going to be dedicated support. Every month, there will be a live Q&A session that we will be conducting for 3 months. Recordings will be provided over an app, which is available on Android and iOS. For 1 year, our team will see to it that we are able to help you out and make it very easy for you. You do not require any other skills. You do not need to stop doing what you're already doing. You can start improving on whatever you're doing after joining the course. Okay, so it is going to be, we plan it in such a way that it is 12 hours of training. So instead of 4 hours, we did it 6 hours, 6 hours on a weekend. Right from understanding how NQH came into picture, what are the pillars of NQH, what is the science behind it in much detail, how neuro and chakra are actually connected and what's been missing. Then we learned the basic energy clearing, how to remove stagnated energy, start doing the healing for yourself. how to understand, the emotion reset technique 1.0 that we cover in the basic level as well. So basic emotional triggers can be, handled very, very easily. As we move forward, we are doing light flow activation. Neetu, could you just change this? Yes. Okay, we are also bringing about a neuro chakra flow reset to align the chakras in an experiential way, where we also do a group exercise. We understand what beliefs could be there, and we learn the basic quantum visioning, that's the manifestation approach. So all real world application for basic situations, basic issues which are required for yourself or your loved ones can be started immediately. And finally, we do a lot of practice. So the last part will primarily all be about practice. We are going to do lot of work. So you'll actually see that in the sessions. It's not just going to be theory.
And you'll be always connected with us on the WhatsApp group with any challenges that you're facing during your healing or yourself or meditations. We will always be there to support you and help you literally with all the techniques in the WhatsApp group if you have any challenges.
Okay, and finally, since we are covering 5 techniques in the basic package, you'll know how to integrate all the 5 techniques in a single session. So you can start applying all the 4 pillars at one go. We'll be covering, all in that in detail. We'll also be doing 3 practice case studies. So we give you a case study and we'll ask you how would you handle that case. So we have a discussion on that, and then we kind of bring about that. So you start thinking as a healer as well, and this continues as you progress with your training as well. So for those who are looking to go to the intermediate level, this becomes a very important stepping stone. Okay, the 5 major techniques that we are covering are the flow frequency tuning, the energy pathway tuning, the emotion reset technique 1.0, the light flow activation, the quantum visioning. This is ideal for people who have never experienced healing or are looking at just getting introduced to the world of healing or just concentrating on self healing. For them, the basic package is definitely going to be very helpful.
We're also giving you a lot of bonuses with this. Bonus one, we're giving you a guided chakra healing meditation. It's a recording, 3 live monthly Q&A sessions, an exclusive WhatsApp group access where we'll be always there to support you, a recording of mini workshop on manifestation, our previous workshops on manifestation that will be provided to you as a bonus, and client case support for one client. This is basically when you are doing a client or any challenge that you're facing with your client, we will be there to help you to identify what is the challenge that you're facing. So it will be like a literally hand holding for you while doing a client, where we'll be helping you how to tackle with that challenge, and a lifetime access to all 3 call replays from the summit once you register,
which Neelu will explain.
I will remind on Saturday now. But since I'm just kidding. It is because the summit is also coming. We have one more call left. Once the summit is over, the free access to any call replay also goes away. And it is only when you take on some work or an offer, that particular set is yours for access for lifetime. So that is why this is also an important bonus when you take the workout.
So the training program is intended to happen over a weekend on Saturday and Sunday. The tentative plan, the time that we are looking at is India 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time will be 12:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. We're still having some questions regarding that. I think the team at Mystic Lotus will be able to confirm that, even as for those who are interested. And don't worry, the recordings are made in such a way that even if you're going through the recordings, it will not be an issue for you. You will be able to learn each and everything in detail. I think 2 calls, you all might have seen how detail oriented both of us are. And that's exactly how the calls will also be. And of course, the certificate, which I think is key to help you all feel that yes, we're on the path. So you get a certificate for the basic neurochakra quantum healer once you've completed the necessary training and a small assessment that is carried out. Yes. Now the original price of this is 67,496 rupees or $885, but it is a special price that is available only for the summit, and that is only at 9999 or $132. You save 85%, and if you're a VIP member, you get an additional 10% sale. So if you are somebody who's looking at self-healing or just exploring the world of healing or just starting for loved ones, this is definitely going to be your first step into the world of healing.
And the package B, where you do basic plus intermediate level, whatever has been covered in package A will be included with the intermediate level. This course equips you with all the knowledge required to become a healer in all areas of your life and how to become the best healer as conducting as a business. So in basic and intermediate will be something we will be covering all the 16 techniques that we have in NQH.
And 16 techniques are very, very powerful. So when that we're looking at the intermediate level, everything which is required in NQH is covered. So the idea is whether you want to, even if you want to do self-healing and you cover all the 16 techniques, how to apply them even for self-healing at the intermediate level, you're getting everything at one go. So definitely for somebody who is interested in really becoming a healer and in every sense, the intermediate level, which is package B, which is basic plus intermediate, would give you all these advanced techniques, would give you the access to the quantum field in a much quicker aspect. You'll also learn how to do group work, how to practically see cases, how to understand, how to analyze how to build rapport with people, and then ultimately prepare yourself to facilitate sessions, take healings for others, and even go to the master level.
So these are the 16 techniques of NQH. I know when you see these techniques, you will feel that, oh, these are so many things to learn. But trust me, when you do this practical, it becomes so easier for you to understand. If you don't even remember the name, you know what is the next step after which happens. So it is very easier. So there are 16 techniques. So in mind, brain synergy, the flow frequency tuning, neuro chakra flow reset, inner vision journey, quantum mind programming, where we'll be working more on rewiring the brain pattern. And in pillar 2, energetic alignment, where you'll work mainly primarily on the chakras, activation of chakras, and creating your energy blueprint meditations.
And so once you worked on the mind and the brain and the energy, we work on the emotions. Again, the flow is not 1, 2, 3, 4 necessarily. We tell you how to go about, but we work on the inner child, we work on the shadow, we work on releasing the stuck emotions, vibrating in the right frequency, and finally bringing into the quantum world where we do the manifestation. So we align, and it's not just visualization. If you see, there's a specific goal alignment protocol and reality sculpting sequences at the bottom. We actually plan the action also. So we say that wherever intention and action goes, energy flows. So it's not just thought, we make you do things also. We plan in that way. So these 16 techniques are taught in a very simple way, and how to mix and match is also covered in the same.
So, and we will cover this on call 3 about the manifestation dynamics, where we'll learn how to do the manifestation in the right manner.
So call 3, again, if you have missed call 1, please go through it. Call 3 also, please do attend. And of course, you get the certificate this time where basic and intermediate both are written, or you get 2 certificates as your requirement maybe. And you will be able to show that this is something that's happening on a global level. And the bonuses are, of course, more powerful. You get a complete NQH healing meditation, which we personally do every day. You get the live monthly Q&A sessions for 6 months. You get direct blueprints to start working with cases, with clients. The manifestation mastery workshop, a detailed 6-hour workshop which is recorded, is also given to you as a bonus. There's a lot of personalized overlook that is done by both of us. We literally help you in every aspect. And like we said, the lifetime access to the free calls are also included. So for those who are genuinely looking at making their life move forward in the direction of a healer, the basic plus intermediate level is the recommended package. It will really holistically cover all the 16 techniques of NQH. That is planned on the weekend following the basic one, which is again India 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time 12:30 to 6:30 a.m. So again, there's a very amazing offer for this only for the summit, which would usually be at 96,996 INR or US dollars 1272. At the summit, it is only and only for INR 14,999, which I think is amazing, and it's never going to happen anywhere again. And US dollars 197. It is additional 10% saving for VIP members, as said. And for anybody who has any question, the team at Mystic Lotus is amazing. You can just reach out to them. They'll be happy to assist you in every way. So these are the two options, package A and package B. For any other queries, please feel to put them on the Telegram group. I'm sure the team would be happy to assist.
There you have it, people. Those are your offers. If you're ready to clear your mind, balance your emotions, and align your energy with Neuro Chakra Quantum Healing, this is it. It does not get any better than this. As Dr. Amaey and Pankaj have been saying, these are not offers that you're going to get after this. So, and just if you'll see the difference between package A and package B is just about what, 5,000 rupees? Just
Yeah.
about, right? So it's not even that basic plus intermediary is going even on offer would ideally, logically it should just be double, right? Because it's 2 levels, but it's not. That is it. That's the difference. However, you've got to choose for yourself. You have to take the action. Over Dr. Amaey and Pankaj cannot take the action for you. I cannot take the action for you. You have to take the action for yourself. Okay. And I think you had said you wanted to bring Bina.
Bina, yes, she's come in.
Right.
If we can take her, she can also share her experience.
Yes. I've sent a request to start video.
Bina ji, are you available? I
also sent a request to unmute.
She's also just finished her patient, so I'm, we are really grateful she's just joined in.
Hello, Bina
Hello,
ji.
everyone.
Joining.
Hello, everyone.
Hi,
Yes.
welcome in.
Thank you, my pleasure.
So please tell us about your experience with Dr. Amaey and Pankaj and with the neurochakra quantum healing.
So, my journey with Dr. Amaey started once when I was scrolling the Instagram. I was just scrolling the Instagram, I think during the COVID season or something, and I happened to see one of his coffee workshops or something. After that, I saw I did the coffee workshop also. I did the Dream Life Energizers workshop with him. I did the Ho'oponopono learning and the teaching course also. So my journey with Dr. Amaey is since a long time, and in every stage I've learned something or the other. Like during the Ho'oponopono times, if Dr. Amaey, you remember, I had my frozen shoulder. I was able to barely move my hand from, I think, around 30 or 40 degrees only. But as I was chanting the Ho'opono prayers, someone somewhere out of the blue, one lady came and told me, you have to do something for your hand, this way, move this way, this way. Physiotherapy was going on, nothing worked, but I still had faith in the Ho'oponopono. And right now, if you see, I'm able to move my hand right up. So although this was the left hand, so see this. So even my physiotherapist was surprised that the way you have recovered is very rarely someone recovers so much range of movement. They, uh, say. So that is one thing. And then I know chakra healing and all that. So when I saw about the neuro chakra healing, I said this is something which I vibe and I would gel into well. So when I was doing this neuro chakra healing, the beauty of it is that the other, like if I'm doing chakra healing, I'm only concentrating on the chakras, doing only one aspect. But here this is an integrated thing. So you have your neuro, your chakras, the quantum, the energy consciousness, and also the manifestation. So basically what we do is that we just keep on doing bits and bits of this disease. But when you have to do the entire thing, if you get a platform wherein you are taught to do the entire thing, that brings out much more better results and all that. And then one incident I would like to share, if you I have the time permission. So when I was doing after the neuro chakra also, when we completed this, one fine day, I just at 10:30 at night, I thought that I should do my NQH healing. So I was doing the Reiki and everything, and then I have a fascination for the chakras and the Reiki. So these two things were in, but I was manifesting that I have a basic problem with my eyesight, wherein I have undergone around 13 to 14 surgeries and all, and the condition is not still that the doctors have found any solution for it. So when I was doing this NQH healing at 10:30 at night on a Sunday night, at the end of the session, how much ever difficulties are there, but I will always say that yes, my eyes are going to be perfect. So that particular thing is there in my mind. And at the end, when I reached my third eye and all that, I could find a very bright blue, purple, twinkling Ganesha's eyes and all that, and a portion of one of the Indian deities also unveiled. So I was just next day immediately in the group I mentioned that, and I was just basking in that entire thing, that energy, that I saw something like this. You won't believe, after 3 days, I got a message from one of the doctors, and they told me, Bina, look, this particular new lenses have come and we should try this for you. So I said, but doctor, I haven't visited you since a long period of time. So do you remember this? So he's telling, no, I remember your case very well, and I've always kept it in my prime priorities that anything new comes for you, I will message you. So he messaged me. We went for the trial. Unfortunately, as of now, the lenses have not helped me. But what I want, I saw the typical eye, kind of a blue violet light twinkling, especially for the left eye. So what he said also is that there is something come for your left eye. Both the condition in the left and the right eye are different. So when I could see this, and the doctor messages me in 3 days that there is something which has come up, we should give it a try. Although unfortunately, as of now, I will just reiterate, as of now, that lenses have not worked. But definitely, if I am doing this NQH and I am manifesting it and taking inspired actions for it, definitely one day there will be a solution for it. So I feel NQH has given me that particular hope, and sometimes with the what happens is that when a person has undergone so many surgeries, that fear of the future is always there. So when I was doing one of the live sessions, when Pankaj sir did it for me, it was such an empowering session, I would say, that from that day onwards, that fear or the anxiety of future, that is reduced to quite a lot extent. One second now. One second.
Sorry, did we lose her voice for a few seconds?
Yeah.
One moment. I'll send you a request again. You went back on mute. Yes.
I think now I'm audible.
Yes.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that every stage, every technique of NQH empowers you with something or the other. So, and when you're doing it daily, I have also started using one of the mind mapping things and all that for my patients also. So I'm basically a dietitian. So when I tell them to do the mind mapping and or the session of mind mapping with them, they say, oh, I was unaware of this. I said, this is you yourself and you are unaware of it. Let's dig into more about this. And then, this is the problem which was hidden before. And when we are uncovering every layer, emotional layer or whatever, uh, the chances of whatever therapy you are into, or even if you're doing it for self, you're clearing the clutter basically. So things will move much, much faster. So your manifestations will be 10x, definitely. So I'm so happy that I came across Dr. Amaey and Pankaj sir, and then we did this NQH healing course. So really grateful to them.
Thank you so much for sharing.
Yes. I think one thing I think Binaji will say, her Reiki has improved quite a lot after NQH. I think that is something she will definitely agree to.
Right. And there were a few places where I think I don't know if it happened for I definitely lost her voice. I think there was a maybe network lag, but I did hear that as a dietitian, dietitian, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, as a dietitian, she is using these techniques now with her clients as well, and they are also seeing they're equally surprised as to how things are turning around for them. And I think I heard her say mind mapping technique she's using with her clients. Right. Right.
That is the most fascinating technique in NQH. So
So,
anyone can do it.
so literally, we make a mind map to find where the challenges have come from. So, a lot of exploration that we do before we do the healing work itself, and
Right.
that helps to find us the exact problem, treat it at the root cause, and then resolve it quickly.
And you know what, it was just running since from day one, since you've been, I mean, not, I don't think you mentioned mind map as such on the first call, but today it's come up a few times, and every time you say it, there's something that's going on at the back of my head, and I suddenly realized that it's Sherlock Holmes has he doesn't have he has the memory room or something like that. So you're pretty much sending us down Sherlock Holmes path, is it? Like you're going to make that mind
So,
map
so
and
they
investigate and
literally
find out.
they join the dots. So we
Right,
literally joining the dots. That's how we look at it.
right, right. His was not the mind map. I know it was called something else, but it was just coming continuously. And that's why I was thinking, okay, so the mind map is going to be something that is going to give you the clues for something or remind you about something or bring back to surface what
Absolutely.
you've kept hidden in one corner of the room. Is it something like that?
Yes, yes.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
you will identify your primary beliefs, secondary
Right.
beliefs, your shadow triggers, everything you will start writing down, whichever is like hitting you first.
Right, right. Very nice. All right. And I was just looking at the group as well. With the offers as of now, well, the offers are self-explanatory. I don't see there are no questions that have come in. And we are pretty much at time. However, if there is anything that is still there for us to know a little bit more about or do or hear, please tell us.
So I think call three is something that I definitely want to stress on, that people should come in, because we are going to go into much deeper understanding of the manifestation part of it, understanding how the neuro and chakra come in together. We are going to do a neuro chakra flow reset as well. So do not miss out on that. And just even in the days between the two, just connect with the quantum energy and see the difference that you're feeling. I would say just try that. We want you to give it a shot and see whatever we've done. Go through the recordings, go through the replays, try the exercises again at your own pace, and see the difference.
Fantastic. And again, thank you for today's call. Another glimpse into the world that you have created of neurochakra quantum healing and brought here for all of us to learn, to see, to understand, and to experience as well. And we will see you next on Saturday, 6:30 p.m. India Standard Time. And people, your last opportunity to come know more, understand more, experience more, and take your decision. And also, it is the last call for this season as well. So do not miss it for sure. Remember your offers, your lovely offers that you can pick up, which is available only till the end of the summit now, because literally it'll be the end of the summit after the third call gets over. Your basic is at $132 or 9,999 rupees, and basic plus intermediate is at $197 or 14,999 rupees. Thank you, Dr. Amaey. Thank you, Pankaj. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
We'll see you on call 3. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.